Good afternoon. For my presentation pitch today, I will be presenting a product idea from the perspective of a small software company presenting to a large software company, specifically Audible, Amazon Web audiobook streaming service. The name of my product is the Desire Profile, so let's get started. First, I want to discuss the environment that led to the creation of my product. Today, we see recommendation engines being the dominant form of media and content selection for the end user. Companies such as yourself utilize these systems to create personalized experiences for each user. Now, this is great and very revolutionary. However, we do see some room for improvement. And the problem that we have seen is that these recommendation systems do not provide a reliable post-recommendation method that facilitates user decisions. So therefore, users are really unable to easily filter through this growing mass of targeted content, rendering recommendations less effective. So for our presentation, we want to use a simple user scenario. So we have the user Bob. Bob utilizes several streaming services that have recommendation algorithms built in. Bob recently signed up for your service for Audible and has listened to 3 books. Bob has liked the first book, but he has not liked the second 2 books. So Bob wants to find out how to go about getting better books that are more interesting to him. So he goes to your recommended tab. Now in the recommended tab, Bob is somewhat overwhelmed. He gets 20 audiobook recommendations and he wants to sort through each of them fairly quickly to determine which audiobook is going to be the most interesting to him. So he considers 3 options: user comments, user ratings, and previews and chapter snippets to try and determine which book is going to be the most interesting for him. So when we take a look at the first option, user comments, now these are problematic in several ways. They are specific opinions of the users. They do not provide a set or concrete way to relate back to Bob. So they are specifically the opinions of a different user. And they may provide too much information. So they may have basically a spoiler alert problem where they're going to tell Bob about different aspects of the book. And even if the book was good for Bob, it may be ruined now. User ratings are basically a summation of the comments and provide just a general guide to say, hey, this book was rated in a higher quality statistically. But Bob may be somewhat of an outlier where he, when there's a book that is 1 star, Bob really likes that book. And the last option Bob has is to go through snippets or chapter previews. However, in a book with potentially 40 chapters, reading 1 chapter really doesn't do it justice. And doing a trailer or an overview of the book, again, may have the same problem with the comments of taking the most interesting parts of the book, putting it into the trailer, and then it kind of ruins the book for Bob. So our solution is the Desire Profile technology, which provides users a definitive and quick way to accurately choose content. And the way it works is it is able to generate a Desire Profile specific to Bob that ranks the attributes across the entire system for Bob. So we have 4 example attributes: space travel, terraforming, future plotlines, and robotics. Now they are ranked in order of interest to Bob, so space travel is the most interesting while robotics is the least interesting. So when Bob goes to this recommendations tab, how we envision our software integrating with yours is it would provide a basic graphical readout of each attribute. So each attribute would have an icon. And next to the book, the user could see that icon and recognize it as a specific attribute. So when we take a look at the first recommendation is future plotlines and robotics. Now this recommendation, it's kind of on the tail end of what Bob is interested in, so it's mildly interesting to him. So we'll skip down to book 2. Book 2 has space travel and future plotlines. Space travel is great, Bob loves it. But again, future plotlines, not all that interesting. Now the third book really hits a home run here. It has space travel and terraforming. So Bob is going to select that book because it has his top 2 interests. So this is how we see our system integrating with yours. We believe that this will reduce costs for you in terms of bandwidth and computing power for the actual recommendations of content, and it will increase user satisfaction. We really believe that this product will help provide a better user experience at a lower cost for your company. So we thank you for your time, and we'd like to open it up for questions to discuss how our system could integrate with your system.